Before we get into the video, I just learned after making the video that overnight and Elton Casti raised $90,000 for Dan Rivera's family. So I think that's pretty cool, and I just wanted to mention that. Anyway, enjoy the video. Hey guys, Dan World, MrGrey, Dandalf the Grey. It's been, as the kids of today say, a hot minute since I last made a credible YouTube video, because I had stuff going on in my life, so I haven't been regular in my uploads. And I was sitting there the other day thinking I was going to make a video after work the other day, and I was in work. I was thinking I'm going to make a video to try and come back to YouTube. I got home from work, I sat down, I thought, what am I going to say about the paranormal I haven't already said 1,000 times over the years? I thought, I got nothing to say about the paranormal anymore. So yeah. So for those that don't know, I'm Dan, Dandalf the Grey. People in other live streams always call me Dandalf, and then other people say, who the hell is Dandalf? Because my YouTube name is not called Dandalf. I know, it's weird. It's called World of MrGrey. Recently, overnight, the Paranormal channel on YouTube bought, or sort of semi-bought, I don't know, leased it out or something, the Warren House alongside the museum. Now, I'm not too big up on overnight. I'm not sure if I've ever watched them. I've probably seen clips of them here and there. But they did a live stream at the museum last night. It was a 4-hour live stream. I looked at it this morning. I flicked like just randomly ahead on the video, and I got to a spot where I thought, oh, that's interesting. So we're going to look at that, break it down, and see what's going on. For those who never seen my stuff before, I follow the rules of science, the laws of science, I should say. Like I said, I am a skeptic, but I am an open skeptic. I am open to any possibilities. I tend to break down stuff on YouTube, like special effects and that kind of shiznit. I do go on in panel investigations when invited along. Nothing's ever happened when I've gone along, and when I'm not there, it seems to all kick off. It's weird. Just before it, because I get this comment sometimes, if you're a skeptic, why do you have a Ouija board up there? Because to me, it's just a piece of board. It's up there as a joke. It never has anything to say, unlike me. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, I don't know much about overnight at all, apart from the odd one or two clip I've seen over the months. I don't know. I've seen other channels mention them. I have no idea if they're like one of those sensational paranormal investigators who jump and shout at everything. I know they do that thumbnail every single thumbnail. It's that kind of channel, but that's as much as I know. And on this particular one, you have, I think his name is Elton Castile. I don't know. I do apologize if I get your name wrong. That's Exploring with Joshua. I've had a brief interaction with in the past. I don't know who that guy is. His name might be Donny Baseball. I have no idea. And I don't know who this lady is here. That is as much as I know about overnight. Exploring with Josh isn't part of overnight, as far as I'm aware. I think he's just there because it's the grand... It's not the opening, but, you know, it's the first time... Well, I don't even know if it's the first time he's been there. I don't know. But he's been invited there to do a paranormal investigation with the overnight team at the Warren House, in this part, the Warren Museum. So this is them at first. The part I saw, like I said, this was like an hour into the live stream. And this is the part I've seen so far.
Elton also owns the house.
You need to go.
Really?
We just told you to go.
Oh, and I just got hunted.
Seriously?
Yo, you just... you guys just said I gotta go. Remember? You just said you're used to leaving at 12.
And now that you're leave at midnight.
You need to go. Dude, hell no. I ain't going nowhere.
Dude,
what is... No, but...
that's what the
we just
earthquake
talked about the
just
earthquake a
happened.
second ago. The vibrations says
That
York.
says earthquake. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh.
This, to me, right, so far, is the craziest part. Not even before we get to the part I'm going to talk about, but this part is the craziest thing I have ever seen. Elton, at least I think his name is Elton, I don't know, and Josh. Josh is going absolutely bloody mental because this device he has in his hand, one of these, like, spirit talker apps, is shouting out all this stuff. You need to go. York. And then they start talking. It's just crazy to me. They start talking how Annabelle, the doll, of course, in the Warren Museum, could possibly have caused an earthquake in New York because the spirit talker just said York. Well, it could be any York for a start, but look, these spirit talker apps, ghost apps, they're all, in my eyes, utter bollocks. Just spouts out whatever it can. in the hopes that the paranormal investigator looking at it is going to connect that word to something they might see in their peripheral vision or something they might have said half hour ago. This is what happens with spirit talker apps, ghost apps. And this is any paranormal investigator, by the way, whether you're the most honest paranormal investigator on YouTube or you're the most devious one on YouTube. They all do the same. They take these apps, they use them. When something comes up, they connect. They connect the dots. And try their bloody damnedest to connect something they have with this word that just popped up. It never does. It's all just completely random noise coming out of those apps. It's a word generator, word bank generator, basically. And it freaks paranormal investigators out. That's why they love them. And I've seen a lot of paranormal investigators out there who say the reason we use them is because it would be a boring night without it. Well, if that's the case, you can then negate anything that app says if that's the reason you use it. But nothing happens without those ghost apps. Get rid of them. Get rid of them, right? That's the first thing. But the craziest part is to follow.
Movement. Put that on the camera.
New York,
movement.
Okay.
You need to go.
We talked about Annabelle starting storms in Texas. 911 lines going out in Pennsylvania.
Annabelle starting storms in Texas for a start. I don't know where the Warren house is situated.
I don't know, guys.
Out of Louisiana, an earthquake in New York.
You need to run.
Are you kidding me?
What was the last earthquake in New York?
From.
I just like if we're are we actually considering that
I don't know.
earthquake?
I don't
75 miles away.
I don't give it that attention. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Donny Baseball's on the ball right there. So they are seriously, with a serious face, trying to connect a ghost app, which just spouted out the word York, because they're standing next to Annabelle the doll, which is just a doll in my eyes. It's a Raggedy Ann doll, to an earthquake which happened earlier that day in New York, 75 miles away. That is crazy talk, people. Come on. Think about what you're saying. Think. Just think what you're saying right there. Even if the thing that's connected to this supposed haunted doll is real, even if it's real, why the hell would it cause an earthquake 75 miles away in a different state? You need to, honestly, sometimes the paranormal investigators need to just take a stand still, take a breath, and think about what their brain is thinking. And do nothing again where the brain is separated from the person. It's not. But you really have to think and have a word with yourself when you start thinking that a haunted doll is supposedly, possibly, causing an earthquake 70 plus miles away. It's crazy shit. Anyway, let's move on.
So now that we pulled it away, now all of a sudden we're getting the you need to run, you need to go stuff.
Before it was media, gossip, fame.
Direct.
I'm being direct.
Yeah, I'm being direct.
So it's like, is there something?
Or it's directing us.
Once again, this is what paranormal investigators do. Like I said, good and bad, they both do it. And they just completely disregarding any word that says may or anything normal. But when that app spouts out, you need to run, you need to go, it's like, oh my God, I think I do need to go. The app is real. It's bullshit. Yeah, anyway. And by the way, I'm not completely blaming them for absolutely going nuts over these apps. It's because that's what they've been taught to do by other teams from the past. That's what they've been taught to do. Like I said, the way a paranormal investigation works on YouTube, they only do that because of what they've seen other people doing. Those other people doing that same paranormal investigation all those years ago, no experts or anything. I mean, they might be parapsychologists, which is what it is. There's a doctorate with that, which is crazy in my eyes. But yeah, you know, I'm not entirely blaming them for getting excited about that kind of stuff. It's because that's what they've been taught to do. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Hold it the same
Now,
way.
this is the following part I actually wanted to make this video about. In his hand right there, he has the DR60. Now, if you don't know where a DR60 is, it was a Panasonic DR60 from the mid-90s. I remember these being in classrooms when I was in school. They were used as dictaphones for teachers to use, whatever. It was very popular in the classroom from my memories. But in recent years now, for I don't know whatever reason, they've become popular with paranormal investigators. And I know the reason, which I'm going to get into in a bit now. But paranormal investigators on YouTube. It's become very popular with them, the DR60. Because, they've tried various EVP recorders. They call them EVP recorders. They're dictaphones. I know there are companies out there now who specifically make them with the word ghost finder or something, I don't know, on the bloody device. But it's essentially a dictaphone. That's all it is. It records your voice and you can play it back to make sure you got that scientific theory you've been working on for 10 years down in digital form. Tape form in the old days. But that's what he's holding in his hand, and this is the issue we're going to get into.
Ready? First one, I don't know. I'll go first. Okay. 3, 2.
Is there someone looking at us and standing in the haunted passageway right now?
There is another entity here that wants our attention. Can you describe
I'm counting for a reason.
the item you are attached or bound to?
You'll notice they're being very quiet. They're turning around to look at sounds.
Elton to hear a dinging bell noise earlier.
They're still moving about. They're being very quiet though.
In the name of Jesus Christ, who are we dealing with?
There was a knock, basically. Or the house relaxing. It's a wooden house.
Who did I just hear whisper from by the doorway? Ending. You heard it, right?
I heard it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that was an EVP session. That wasn't the first session, as far as I can tell, the way they were saying things. Because, like I said, I didn't watch the beginning because I haven't got 4 hours to kill these days, But so that was an EVP session with the DR60. Now they do review it a few minutes later, and some crazy shit comes out on that DR60.
See what happens?
See if it goes down, yeah.
And then if you want me to come back, I'll come back.
All right, let's do
Okay,
it.
deal.
Is there someone looking at us and standing in the haunted passageway right now? Any other entity here that wants our attention? Can you describe the item you are attached or bound to? Caused Elton to hear a dinging bell noise earlier. In the name of Jesus Christ, who are we dealing with?
Did it say the devil
Yes,
at the end?
yes.
So basically what's happening, right? So when they did the session themselves, because they're doing this live, fair play, they as far as I can see on this little snippet, I haven't watched it all, like I said, on this little snippet, I can't see any tomfoolery being done deliberately, I should say. But they did the EVP session live. This was on their live stream last night. And as you can see when they're doing the session, they speak, they ask a question, and then leave it say 10, 20, 30 seconds. And the first one was 30 seconds, the rest of them was 10, 15 seconds between answering questions. But obviously when it comes to review the recordings, The question's asked instantly, the answer is given in the loud in that. Sorry if I just blew your ears out. And that's basically because the DR60, it only records when it hears something. No, like those sleep apps you can get on your phones now, where it only records your snoring. I have that app. I'm very snorable. That's basically what the DR60 does. DR60 it also has a sensitivity setting. It has 5 settings, 5 levels of sensitivity. Out of the box is at level 3, but you can ramp it up to level 5. It'll pick up the earthquake from New York 75 miles away. Probably not, but you know what I mean. It's very highly sensitive, and this is one of the reasons it did go out of fashion for a bit in the 90s, because people are using them to record their, like I said, their findings or talks, whatever, and I realised that they can't play it back because it sounds bloody terrible. And that noise you hear from the supposed answer, you know, that it's a number of things going on there. So basically, like I said, because the DR60 records only when it hears something, if it's at the highest level, or say like from level 4, say, right, for example, not the highest, say it's at level 4, it's going to try and negate out any sounds. That's why it doesn't record silence, basically. If you're at the highest setting, it records almost everything. So it's like a mid-level setting they got it set at. At the guess, I can't see it. This is a guess, by the way. Every time the supposed answer comes through after the question, there's a surge of power and noise into the recording, because that's the recording activated on the machine, and that's what creates that surge. Like I said, I am not an expert in that. That's just from my observation of the device and looking into it, basically. It creates a surge of power when it activates the recording when it first hears something. That's why when they are being, or they think they're being silent, that's what happens when there's a surge, and that's what creates that really loud demonic growl. And that was in every single answer of theirs in that session. Like I said, I didn't see the beginning, I haven't seen the end, so I don't know what the rest of the sessions went. I'm only counting on this one. So that tells me that is a completely flawed device. Now, a lot of people said it's a flawed device, and I can understand why, but that is every dictaphone to me, in my eyes. Even the newer dictaphones. You had Steve from the Ouija Brothers made a video a couple of years ago. He said himself that the newest dictaphones, I believe it was a Panasonic, can't remember which one it was, he showed exactly on video. If you put it at the highest setting, it's going to pick up your t-shirt moving. It's going to pick up your beard, if you have one, rustling against your skin. And as you can see in the, if you look here, they're asking questions, and they are keeping relatively quiet. I got them muted now, but he's asking a question. He's shuffling on the right-hand side. Josh is, sort of shuffling. I mean, even turning around, that's going to create a noise if you're at the high set. Especially Elton turning around right there. That's going to create a sound on a highly sensitive dictaphone. Because when this lady asks a question, in the review process, which we'll go back to,
the item you are attached or bound to.
now you see that. Now this part here is a classic example why it's picking up unwanted noise from them, basically. Because you'll hear Josh saying something, and then the noise will kick in, demonic noise we'll call it, for the sake of it. And then immediately during that demonic noise, the lady's question starts kicking in. So that means the transition from the question to the answer, and because it doesn't record silence, when it hears a bit of a noise, the recorder kicks in, that surge of power kicks in, and that's what creates the noise. Because you can see it goes from Josh's voice to the noise immediately to the lady's question, mixes her in, basically. And you'll see what I mean now. Josh speaking.
The item you are attached or bound to.
Noise. Lady. So basically, there's a number of things going on. Like I said, there's a surge of power when the recording activates in between total silence because of the setting it's at. And it's the transition in between the recordings which causes a problem also. because it was clearly mixing the demonic noise in with the lady's question starting to be asked because the recording gets activated. And that's what's happening, and that's why you can't rely on them at all in my eyes. But if you're going to be a panel investigator, I think you should chuck them out the window myself. The DR60 especially, because like I said, it is old tech. And I'll show you some more examples now. The exact same sound coming out from other people using that device. Because it's popular. And it's really bloody expensive because the price has been inflated on that device. It used to cost like 30 quid back in the day, but now it's like $2,000 and stuff like that because it's been inflated by paranormal investigators throwing that bloody name out saying this is the best recorder you can ever get if you want to find ghosts. No, it's because it's too bloody sensitive and it has flaws, and that's why you pretty much always get something out of it. So we're going to go through some examples of the exact same sound coming out of it.
Who just said the word faggot and why?
Here's another example.
If you are talented and you have this song playing live, can you tell me her name through this recorder? Say it loud and clear. What her name is?
Here's another one.
Testing the DR60. Are there any ghosts here?
This is our boy Kenny Biddle. That's not a real ghost. That's 100% masking. I can tell.
End of session.
Testing the DR60. Are there any ghosts here? End of session.
What a piece of crap.
And I agree. So yeah, that's my very small breakdown of overnight at the Warren House Museum. And like I said, I haven't watched the full stream. Maybe I'll get to it when I get time. I don't know. It's like 4 bloody hours long. I just can't. I struggle to watch like 30 minutes of stuff these days. But yeah, the DR60 has been proven time and time again to be an extremely flawed device. In my eyes, in my opinion, the same as all other dictaphones when it comes to ghost hunting. If you want to record your mathematical equation on it, that's fine, because that's what it's originally for. But the reason people use these devices, especially the DR60, paranormal investigators will tell you the best device to use is the DR60 because it captures the best voices. No, it's just too bloody sensitive, and it has flaws where it creates a surge in between recordings. Like I said, this overnight channel, I don't know them. So I don't know if they've been caught faking in the past. I have no idea. I don't know what kind of channel they are. In that particular session, at least they were live, so any tomfoolery could have been thrown out the window. I'm not saying you can't fake stuff during a live stream, but to me it looked like they were being genuinely interested in what they were trying to find. So I don't blame them too much, but the DR60 and other devices exactly like it are way too sensitive at most levels if that's what you want to use it in a paranormal investigation. And that's just my honest opinion. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I don't know what that was. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you like this video. Leave something new to my channel. I do this quite often. I'm starting to get back into it. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think I'm onto something? Do you think I'm full of shit? Do you think my head is looking pretty bloody damn shiny today? Leave a comment down below. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye for now.